so be mentally prepared for mentions of self-exit, self-harm, abuse, all of those terrible things. Yeah, just be prepared. If you can't handle it, that's okay. Catch me on my next stream. I'll be doing some cozy games next time. It's fine. I appreciate you anyways. Just to have the full context now. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in social environments every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances around the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Well, the two of them have become fast friends now, knowing the context of all of their struggles. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen, but the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging with club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least, to display some openness to engagement. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose that's all I've recently read, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still two more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like a romance? Well, there are a lot of books like that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monika lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe. Or when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, people were mean to me a lot, so it kind of felt like... Please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. You didn't have to throw a dig at her. Sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it, too. I don't think she's gonna grow out of it. Not at all. If anything, she's gonna get even more manga. And more and more. and maybe expand genres. She'll run out of her favorite genre at her favorite bookstore and then have to read everything else. It's just gonna keep growing. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it. Nope. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get into it more? I don't know. I guess... Let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah. I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monika! Sorry. That's completely wrong, so... It's so cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they really helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow. What the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would be if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimated by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so that I can say I've read more than you. Yes, get all of the One Piece volumes, and it will be taller than all of them combined, right? Not like I have the money for that. Please. That would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I can never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Sayori's still eating the cookie. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Gross! Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be like the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club. So I should find out how to make the I'm totally messing up that sentence. I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monika, but I'm skeptical. Oh, this isn't gonna go well. This is not gonna go well. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about, but that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to others' feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Are you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere at the club. You say so? Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thoughts. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? What a terrible question for Sayori. Have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks? Or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh, geez. You asked the worst person in the room, Monika. Anyone else probably could have answered really easy. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy, cherries. Yes, my cherry girl. I love cherries too. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious. Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how someone could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Sad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I said something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. So Monika is just getting practice at challenging reality before she gets really into it. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. So what if instead of that I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word.